Hi, and welcome to Behind the Brief with Brigid. I'm delighted to have with me today one of our associates, Cecilia Jones. Welcome, Cecilia. Welcome to the couch.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm okay. It's pretty wintry here in Canberra, but I like the seasons. It's nice.
Well, Canberra's the place to be then, isn't it? Absolutely.
It is.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and spend time with us and tell us a little bit more about who you are. And I'd love to kick off with, what do you do and why do you do it?
Well, gosh, where do I start? I suppose I started off my life way back as a nurse, actually. Yes.
Tough gig.
Yeah, tough gig. So kind of flexed my muscles there. And then I moved into the kind of HR area.
Okay.
And spent many years really supporting managers to manage their people and people strategy kind of area. And then I fell into coaching, not fell into it, it was a deliberate choice.
Yeah.
As an internal coach back in 2012.
Way to kick off,
yeah, and it really transformed how I approached my HR consulting, my internal HR consulting. It really changed that.
Coming through a coaching frame.
Exactly, as opposed to, wow, I mean, it's, my old self would be, I'll fix this. I will go in, you come with your problems.
Right.
And the monkey on your back and just give it to me. And then I will fix that. But there's no sustained learning for the manager that way.
No.
So.
And you need very broad shoulders,
and it was quite stressful to take on all that. But yeah, doing absolutely the coaching really. It was such a penny drop moment. Okay, and then
it's a different way,
and then that was really satisfying to do that, and then doing the internal coaching, and then went out on my own.
Yeah, fantastic.
So facilitating, coaching. And people strategy.
And why?
Because I think it adds value. I really lean into that middle senior management level.
Yeah.
I mean, I coach anybody, but I think that group in particular, I think having worked with them for so many decades, I think once you get that group right, the rest can fall into place. And I think it's because they have so much influence.
That's right. Influence up and influence down as well too.
So I enjoy that. I enjoy that, and I like seeing the shifts in their practice. Through coaching or facilitation.
Very rewarding.
I enjoy people strategy, going into organisations, maybe doing some people strategy, workforce planning, whatever it might be. But my approach is really to bring those people along with me. And
rather than that external, we'll have this thrust upon you,
and I'll just leave and see you later. It's really workforce planning, for example, is working with managers to coach them in what that means, how they do it, because often they don't know actually.
And they think it's very dry and boring.
They
not exciting, and actually it's quite the opposite.
It can be. Workforce planning is a great vehicle for change, so you can really talk about change and identify those skills gaps. Then what can we do with that? So, and also just having them. To me, we want our middle and senior managers to be strategic. That is a very good tool. For example, doing workforce planning is being strategic, so that encompasses a lot of things. So I like kind of working with that group because they're really open to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And need the support.
And often go into those, that whole shift around technical expert, being promoted.
What does it mean to be a leader versus manager versus
exactly. Exactly. So they're out of their comfort zone. I'm no longer a technical expert because now I've got to be in this management leadership space. What do I do? How do I do that? They've got the skills that they just need refining, and they've got a lot of responsibility, and they are influential.
Absolutely.
So you know what it's like. Your boss, if they're great, it's awesome. If they're not, it's not great,
it's
right?
Tough.
So
And what personal and professional values do you draw on in terms of when you show up and you do that?
We know as coaches with our clients, identifying values is really powerful, and it always never ceases to surprise me when I'm working with senior managers that often they identifying their values, and they do that exercise in identifying their values, and it's kind of a revelation. Right?
Even though, interestingly, as a coach, we get very attuned to listening to words and hearing what people say, and often they'll be speaking those values consistently, but haven't actually done the work to identify what they are, to articulate.
And understanding the importance of it, and what a great thing it can be to see, a lens it can to see things through.
Absolutely, yeah.
So for me personally, my values, wow. I mean, I think obviously as a coach, you encourage others to explore their values. So I really need to be in tune with my own.
Yeah.
And they change over time, but I think seeing things through that lens and understanding what's kind of that's bothering me. This is because it's butting up against this value, or leaning into
often is, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So for me, equity is really important.
Okay,
that is probably my number one.
Right. Okay.
And we can't always have equality.
No.
We work in hierarchies. We rarely do. We're not all born equal. But for me, leaning into that equity space, and that could mean whether it's working with HR practitioners around being more inclusive in their recruitment practices, bringing those barriers down. I do volunteering for RE, Australian Human Resource Institute. I co-facilitate their DEI kind of networking, ACT networking forum, and that's kind of a passion project in terms of that DEI space. So I do very much lean in. So if I say, for example, back to the workforce planning, if I was doing workforce planning or supporting an organisation to do workforce planning or whatever strategy they might be doing, I can't help but see it through that lens. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's how inclusive, whether you're creating a psychological safe environment for people, and just in your management practice. So for me, that's. I mean, there's other values, but that's always at really the front. Important.
And look, that DEI work has never been more important.
It's true.
And so, what's your theme song when you look back at kicking off as a nurse and all this work in the HR space? What would be a theme song that you would apply to your experience?
Song called "Your Mind Is Not Your Friend."
Okay, right. Okay.
Which I think again in the coaching space, coaching managers and leaders, I think when I'm coaching them, I really encourage them to do a lot of self-reflection because there's a lot of stuff we tell ourselves. Right. Yeah. And kind of when they come to me and creating that space where they feel very vulnerable, these are people that have big budgets, lots of people they manage. They feel they can't be vulnerable in front of their people. They come to the coaching and they often say, I actually don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
A safe space.
Right. And it's really kind of, what are the conversations they're telling themselves? When someone says this, how are you framing it to mean this? And what can you do through self-reflection to kind of really work on your perception of what's perception for reality? So important. So important. So that's
that sort of meta analysis of what's going on there, what our stories are, and they continue to serve us.
It's that narrative sometimes, that imposter syndrome that managers often have. And we've all probably had it from time to time. It's that imposter syndrome, and you work with people, as you know, who do actually, you can almost do like a kind of doctor doing a bit of a diagnosis. I think that's imposter syndrome.
Absolutely.
They might not call it that, but that's what they're displaying. And so working with them around, so your mind's not your own is really to say, well, you need to think about why you, what is it that's making you think that, and what that's all about. And often that's based on their experiences, maybe with their other managers that they've had, or
that's right, what's been modelled to them.
It's time to reflect on that and think, that's what, that's where you see the light bulb moment coming down with them as well. It's like, okay, all right. Okay.
And I think that power in actually some compassion for your mind, that your mind is actually often trying to keep you safe, but it may not be serving you any longer. That approach.
That's right.
It's fascinating. So what's your most memorable work that you've done where you think you've really added the most value?
I think for me, it's probably pieces of work where I've made a difference, either going into organisations and shifting or supporting people to shift. I don't do it for them; they do it. But
Yeah.
it'd be that kind of
Yeah.
vehicle,
Yeah.
using that vehicle. I think also, I think seeing people on a one-to-one basis as well, and seeing the shifts that they can make in their practice, and then actually telling me that they've actually made that shift.
Seeing
and
that light in their eyes.
yes, and
like,
seeing the value of it, seeing the value of it in terms of, and coming back and kind of, this has been really helpful. So I really love that.
Fantastic.
I think it's, if in any small way, if I can kind of make a difference.
And is there any organisation or person, individual that you'd really love to work with, where you think that?
I found this really difficult to identify someone well known that I would love to work with, because I feel like every day I learn a lot from clients and working with managers and leaders, whether they be up and coming. I worked with I've got a coaching client at the moment who works in the Northern Territory, and a not-for-profit health organisation. She's an Indigenous leader in there, and I'm non-Indigenous, but the humbleness is just incredible. The incredible work that she's doing. She's an elder in the community, and she's also running this Indigenous-run health facility out in this you're talking hundreds and hundreds. Work. Oh, amazing! Yeah. But she's so humble, and I'm like, don't know what I can offer you, but she's leaning into the coaching. So fantastic. I'm thinking, okay, just regroup myself and try and get my start. Kind of okay, what would you like to talk about? What can I offer you? And so we're having these wonderful conversations.
And I'm sure you're learning through the process. The coach, that we learn something.
I feel like she should be paying. I feel like I should be paying her, not the other way around. So they're the kind of people I really enjoy working with. It's such a privilege, really.
Oh, it's an absolute privilege. You get to, whether coaching or facilitation, get to peer into the world for in a very intimate way sometimes. So we're halfway through 2025. That's flown. What are you looking forward to for the rest of the year? What's going to keep?
Well, the first half has been really busy.
Okay.
So I think for me, it's that balance between doing it and then working on it in terms of the business. So I'm looking forward. I feel, as I've been working for myself since 2020, and it takes a few years to kind of settle in, settle into yourself and feel confident and comfortable. And I feel the second half of the year is really leveraging that a little bit more for me.
Fantastic.
And leaning into things, and also kind of making choices around what I will do, what I won't do.
How you evolve in terms of what you offer.
So I'm looking forward to that.
And 2020 was an interesting year to kick off.
I don't know what I was thinking, because COVID was in full swing, and so I kind of left my permanent job and started my own business when COVID was happening, but it worked out, thankfully.
And yet here you are,
and here I am.
Fantastic.
Still doing it.
And I think you're going to bring along a little object to share with us.
I didn't actually bring the object, but I will describe it.
Please
again.
Do.
This is thinking about what objects. I actually have this gold my name necklace.
Right. Yes.
Cecilia, which my father gave to me when I turned 18. So he died a few years ago, my father. There's a little bit cringy wearing your own name, a necklace with your name on it, but actually I kind of like it.
It's a lovely story behind it.
It's a lovely story. I think as a young woman, you think, I wear my name, and then you go through this kind of time, maybe in your 20s and 30s, you think that's a bit cringe, but now I'm thinking, stuff it, I'm going to actually
interesting. So, which is a really lovely kind of segue to my next question around when you reflect back and look at your younger self. What would be, what's a mantra or advice you would give?
Because it probably circles back to that national song by the National, Your Mind's Not Your Own, because I think, I've got 2 daughters who are in their 20s, and I suppose when I look at them, they're so talking about equity, they are much more leaning into, you know, they're constantly question and challenging my ways of thinking, which is, they're teaching me a lot more. And but at the same time, they're in their 20s, and I feel like a lot of it is my younger self would be, as a mature age person, would be, you know, it's not that you don't care what people think, but you're more comfortable. You're not driven by what people think.
No.
But I think when you're young, in your 20s, that is quite dominant. So for my younger self, I'll be saying, go your own way.
I love it.
Really know yourself. Maybe do a lot of self-reflection, a lot more self-reflection on yourself, so that you make decisions. You know, you can love everyone around you, but you've got to love yourself more. And that sounds selfish, but it's not really selfish, because I think if you look after yourself, put your oxygen mask on first, do what you love, lean into your passion, the rest will fall into place.
And you're in a better place to contribute and serve.
Exactly.
And when I have children similar age, and when you have those conversations with your daughters, or you see the way they look at the world, do you think the world is in good hands?
Oh, I think they've been struck a bit of a, like, they're having to really lean into, I mean, you know, the environment, what's happening around, the wars everywhere. So, you know, I mean, it's hard to know with a generation that's always the case. There's always going to be something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel really confident.
Me too.
About the world, because they are so amazing. Young people, all their friends are amazing. They really are. Yeah.
Lots to learn from them.
And in organisations, working with organisations that are multi-generational, brilliant. Yeah. That diversity.
Absolutely. So important.
It's really great to have that diversity. It's such a adds such a richness to any organisation. Yeah.
And then lastly, before we wrap up, how do you measure success?
Oh, well, I think it's, you know, when you get people, you know, circling right back to wanting, you know, coaching clients have come back to me a year or two after I've coached them in the past, and they've circled back wanting more coaching, or they've told people word of mouth. It's always really satisfying. Just being re-engaged, and people word of mouth, like, it is. And just have people tell me that they really appreciate,
it's fantastic.
You know, time, whether it be, and facilitation as well, and just have people at the end of a workshop just come up to me. They don't have to. Just come up to me and go, that was really fab, and you know, whatever.
They enjoyed it, that they learned something, or that it was a good use of their time.
So that's probably where I'd get.
Well, I hope this was a good use of your time today,
thanks,
Cecilia. It was a good use of mine. It was lovely to get to know you at a deeper level, and I'm sure our audience will appreciate it as well.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you.